Welcome back to the show.
I kind of like that new angle of that camera, the solar.
Is it really a show or is it just a listening party?
Well, I think it's a show because you have the video. If you didn't have the video, then it would be a listening party. Technicalities.
This is true.
Is that humming in the background, that solar?
Yeah, doesn't it sound beautiful just humming
Yes.
back there?
Yeah.
Okay, today my brother is off on vacation with his kids.
Vacación.
They went to go somewhere out east, watch a waterfall or something like that. I don't know.
Vacaciones.
Niagara Falls.
Sí. Con la familia.
So we're just going to mess around with some drones, try to get familiar with this Solar 42F, and make it a part of the family.
Man, I can close my eyes and just fall asleep to that.
I know, right?
Yeah. I bet you they use some of that stuff for that nighttime stuff that we listen to at night.
I thought about doing that.
Yeah. What?
I just don't want to run it on a loop, though. I want to just wait. Well, how do I do that for 11 hours?
Right. Yeah. Yeah. It sure does sound pretty, though. Or meditate to it, man. Ben would meditate, or you could definitely hear Ben's voice to this,
Yeah.
right?
Yeah, definitely.
Yeah.
You see how that kind of just falls in line with it?
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, there ain't no going wrong with that.
Not at all.
You hear that white noise with it? It's almost like a washing static sound.
It's going perfect with the video that's going on right now.
sound in your ears?
It sounds great.
you think about that?
He said, "What'd you think about that?" That was pretty crazy. That was intense.
That would score like a Mad Max maybe, or
Man, like an outer space. Like in the beginning, I heard like this lady's voice, like lining up everybody to like welcome. I can't even speak. Like inviting them to like the new planet that they just arrived, and like you have to like go and get yourself like cleaned up and go to this aisle for decontamination and receive your new number. And that was pretty wild. That was pretty cool.
it was, huh?
Yeah.
And the 42 just lined up so well with
Yeah. Yeah, the 42 and the other little guy that you have over there.
the hydrocenth.
No. The one right next to it.
Oh, the Lanigato.
Yes. Yeah, the one that, how many years have we been waiting for
The
that?
color palette.
Yeah.
I think like 5 years to get it.
Yeah, I don't know. Can you bring it a little bit towards the camera so they can see it? Has it been like 5 years that we've been? Yeah. And we always seem to just miss it.
You got to be quick.
Yeah. You got to be quicker than that.
They're all handmade. And he doesn't have a factory. He does every one by himself.
Yeah. Yeah, that little thing is pretty badass. Yeah, that was pretty cool though. Like,
Right? It took a minute to tune that Solar 42 to this project.
I bet. Yeah, and figure out all the cables and stuff and get it just right. Did you save it?
So on the 42, there's no save per se.
Uh-huh.
So I only use like certain oscillators out of each voice or out of each drone.
Mm-hmm.
So all I have to do is not move that oscillator. And if I need another song that I want to use the 42 on, I can just use a different oscillator on that drone. It's a total of 5 oscillators per drone.
Man. And you can't like write it down or
No, it's kind of like it's analog, It's
right.
if you want it that bad, go find it.
Go. So you wouldn't be able to record it like in.
Oh, absolutely.
Oh, okay, gotcha. Okay. So it's not all lost. You can at least record it for the.
Yeah, I could record it, but at the same time, if you lose it or something, what better practice than to stay on top of it,
Right, but in sense, if it's for those of us who don't fully know modular, if you lose it, essentially, because it is a modular sense, you technically will never find that sound again, right?
In most cases, yeah, it's hard.
Right.
Depends on how much you got going.
Right. Like how many cables and.
Right, where you patching in. And,
Right.
I mean, if you tweak a knob slightly, that's a whole different sound.
Right. So you have, I see what, 1, 2, 3, 4 cables? In?
5.
5.
Yeah.
5. So that's not too bad.
No.
Yeah. We've seen some guys, I think they lost count on how many cables they have in their in their setup.
just so sick.
Mm-hmm. Oh yeah, I definitely hear that robotic voice lady.
It can almost go to Doom.
Oh yeah, for sure.
bought that box, there was a woman working in the shop, and she had what sounded like a Russian accent. And she said to me, "Who is your teacher?" And I said to her, "Right now you are. Right now you're my teacher." So I bought that box to remind myself that the teacher is always here. If I can see that, then I can concede to that. And the teacher might be an experience, it might be a person, it might be a thought, it might be a video, it might be a revelation. It's all aspects of me and it's all aspects of the universe, but it all comes to serve me. Again, borrowing from the idea that the universe, God's spirit, love, and light is always working for me, not against me. But in 2019, I developed a personal teacher, and he was a teacher to me, and I was a teacher to him. It was mutual. But he would show up at my office, and he would show up unannounced. And initially he showed up to a meditation, because I was running meditations through my office. And he was an aggrandizing figure, a deep, booming voice. And he had all these fantastical claims, like he could speak to Jesus and had full conversations. He communicated that he channeled Archangel Michael. These are things that were fantastical, things that I was still bristling with a little bit at that time, but I have softened to the idea that we have all different experiences with our lives and all different perspectives. So, needless to say, we became fast friends. And fast friends for really about 6 to 7 months, which I'll get to here in a moment. But that 6 to 7 months was a whirlwind. And in that time, I was growing exponentially. But he would come in, unannounced, towards the end of my day, and I would say, "What are you doing here?" And he would say, "Spirit told me to come, so I'm here." And I would say, "Well, as a matter of fact, I'm struggling right now. I'm having a rough go of things." And he said, "I knew that. Come, let's go back to your room." And he would come back to my room, and he would do a healing session with me. And he would go to spaces that I had not really experienced with a lot of souls. Now, I would go to these spaces, and I would bring people to these spaces with regularity, but I had not met a complementary figure in my life, and I've since met many complementary figures, including my wife. But he was a unicorn. And he would sit back there, and he would have me lie on the table, my table. And he would say, "How many people are you connected to right now?" Because I carried the world. I felt responsible for the world. And I said, "I don't know." And he said, "Just come up with a number." And I'd say, "I don't know." And he said, "Pick a number." And I'd say, "I don't know, 400, 500. And he'd say, "Okay, now I want you to say this. I'm responsible to you, but not for you. I'm responsible to you, but not for you." And a part of me just bristled. I really didn't like that. Because I felt responsible for the world, and he knew that. And he would poke me there. And the fact that he knew to poke me there would poke me even more. And I would argue with him on some level. But those words have been in my mind for years now. And I've been picking it apart like a puzzle piece. I'm responsible to you, but not for you. What does that mean? It's been a puzzle inside me. And I've had a lot of time to work through that puzzle. Now, what I've come to, as a soul, as a human, as an aspect of consciousness or creation, is this. I have to be responsible to myself first. I have to show up for myself in everything I do. I can't show up for you or to you or anyone if I'm not showing up for myself. And if I'm withholding love for myself in any way, I can't give you love from a place that I've not given myself love first. And this goes into the idea behind the oxygen masks dropping on an airplane. They say, "Mom, Dad, you put on the masks first, and then you mask the child, because if you're not breathing, you can't support the child." And that's the same thing for responsibility. If you aren't being responsible for yourself, if you are, and this is not a judgment, if you are going into addictive patterns, be it drugs and alcohol or whatever it might be, you can't then be responsible for a child in your life or people around you, because you aren't responsible then for your inner child or for loving yourself. This is the importance, therefore, for forgiveness.
It's a little bit to work on still.
More to work on.
Yeah, I'm thinking I might use the wave state and kind of do some samples.
Lamar says it definitely sounds like Dune.
Right?
Yeah, he said Planet Arrakis. I said, no, Planet S.O.R.
Planet Arrakis.
Arrakis. You know what I hear in the in the beginning? Right when it's more in that deep, real deep sound, I hear that Rainmaker.
You know what? I used it.
Yeah.
It didn't come out right only because I wasn't in Ableton.
Oh, okay. But wouldn't that sound really pretty in there?
Yeah, I just don't have an effect to make it carry.
Oh, sustain itself?
Right. I mean, I do, but it's not the right effect chain for it.
Gotcha.
But yeah, I was already on it.
Huh. How funny we thought of the same thing. Or is it funny? Yeah, I definitely hear that. Or some like narration of some sort.
Yeah, I'm gonna give it one more go, and then I'll work on some more of it tomorrow. Well, shit, we got all week.
Yeah. It sounds really good though, but I feel like it definitely does need something in the beginning.
You talking like dialogue?
No, I don't know necessarily dialogue.
It need that bass. It needs that voice.
Right. It needs something. Man, it's already so it has such a deep overall sound to it. It needs something to uplift it just a little bit.
You mean like brighten it up?
Yes, that's why I had said that Rainmaker would have been nice.
Yeah.
Or almost your harps. I can hear your harps in there too.
Dang, maybe. Huh?
Yes, like how you do that.
The bends.
Yes, that would sound amazing in there.
Yeah, it would brighten it. Maybe we could try that tomorrow.
Yes. Adding those in there, I think would brighten it up really nicely.
I think some single note piano playing too.
I would do the harps first.
Yeah.
I think that'll add a really nice brightness in there.
The solar is just monstrous.
Oh yeah. That thing is amazing. But I can't wait to hear the harps in there. Some vocals, something, some narration of some sort. I heard you doing something in there.
Yeah. And then I mean, that sounded good too.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
But yeah, definitely some dialogue in the beginning. That's
Yeah.
dope.
Yeah, I definitely hear something in there. Whether it's very, like I said, like I hear, kind of like that DMV lady voice in there.
Yeah.
Something like that.
Now serving window number
Right.
3.
Right. But something like, welcoming people to like, Planet S.O.R.
Right.
Something like that. But that would sound really cool. Like, you have arrived on Planet S.O.R. Please move forward.
Yeah.
Something it's just like so eerie, like to hear that, like when that deep song is coming on and you have like this pleasant lady just inviting you onto this random planet. Like, what? Yeah, something like that. I think it would be cool.
Yeah, it's definitely got an outer space vibe to it.
Yes. Yeah. Yeah. And then, so like that DMV, kind of like that super robotic voice would be perfect with that. Just that like straight monotone.